Hi, I'm Dan West from the Livonia Chamber of Commerce, and this is our latest cyber edition of CityScape, a regular series of video chats about people, places, and ideas that impact Livonia. We have a special edition today as we're going to talk to a graduating senior from each of our 4 Livonia high schools. So starting from Clarenceville High School, we have Ashlyn MacIver, who plans to study nursing at Oakland University in the fall. Ashlyn, thank you for joining us today. And then from Churchill High School, we have Ashley Harlock, who plans to study pre-med at Michigan State University, where she also plans to play field hockey. Ashley, thank you for joining us. And then from Franklin High School, we have Brooke Gietzen, who plans to study engineering at the University of Michigan. Brooke, thank you for joining us. And then from Stevenson High School, we have Evan Bradford, who plans to study finance at Grand Valley State University. Evan, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So let's get into our questions. We're going to start with Ashlyn here. Ashlyn, what did you like and not like about online learning these past few months?
Okay, so what I really liked was making my own schedule. Like, I'm kind of a better learner at night, so like being able to do all of my work like in the time that I like. And then what I disliked was, so I had my cousins come stay with me because their mom works at a hospital in the ER. So having like 5 kids in like my house, it just was hard to like focus, I guess.
Very good. And now I'll ask this question of Ashley. Ashley, what was it like? What did you like and not like about online learning these past few months?
For me, I really liked having something to do. For me, I was in several AP classes, so it was really great to stay on track with those and keep studying. My teachers were always available for extra help, so I also really appreciated that. I disliked how little student interaction there was. I felt like in most of my classes, I was the only one who ever really said anything, with a couple other students as well. But there were really only a couple of people participating, and that was really upsetting because those friendships and those interactions are really important to me in school. So I really disliked not being able to talk to any of them. So yeah.
All right, Brooke, what was it like? What did you like and not like about online learning these past few months?
For me personally, I also had a few AP classes. So from the second we were out of school, I was very engaged in classes right off the bat. However, for me personally, I wasn't a big fan of the online learning because, like Ashley was saying, I like really thrive off those connections and interactions with not only like my student classmates, but my teacher interactions as well. And I feel like that's a very important aspect of schooling, especially high school. So that was something that was a little bit hard to adjust to and not have those interactions. But it was also nice to have, be able to do things on your own time and not be super rushed and super busy all the time.
Evan, what did you like and not like about online learning these past few months?
What I liked the most was probably just having the amount of time, and I mean, I could wake up in the morning or I could do my homework at night, just whenever I felt like it before the due date. So that was probably the best thing that I liked. And what I disliked was probably, like everyone said, just not being in the environment. It was a weird feeling. You're doing a lot of your work just around the house, maybe in your bedroom. So it's just an odd feeling not being at school, around other students, talking to teachers, seeing people face to face, and you just have to be over a screen, really.
All right, we'll start the next question with Ashley. Ashley, explain your emotions as you learn to accept that you could not have a traditional prom, commencement, last days of class at your high school.
That's a tough one.
I imagine it is, yeah.
Yeah, I was really upset at first. I honestly didn't really know how to deal with it. I've been fortunate enough in my life where I haven't experienced such a colossal disappointment. So I really honestly didn't know how to process it. But and it felt like a lot of our hard work was just gonna go kind of unnoticed and not celebrated. And I think that was the hardest part for me, was like, I've worked so hard all 4 years and all the years before this, and now it's just like the best few months of those 12 years are just not going to happen. And that was really hard to come to terms with. But as quarantine went on, I think that I really started to appreciate what experience I did have. I got to spend a lot more time with my family, which I was really great before I go to college. And it was fun finding new ways to connect with my friends. So I think for me, it was a great experience of trying to like find a new way to live my life in this strange scenario. So it was really all just about adapting and overcoming my anger and trying to just appreciate what I was getting from the experience.
So, Brooke, explain your emotions as you learn to accept that you could not have a traditional prom, commencement, and last days of class at your high school.
Well, right off the bat, it was really difficult, obviously. I actually had bought my prom dress right before we shut down. So that was like a little bit of a struggle, like knowing that I bought it and I got super excited and I was really looking forward to the day. And then for it to just like kind of disappear super quickly because everything happened so fast was really hard to like come to terms with at first. And then, losing my last track season actually was something like super difficult for me because I will not be continuing that in at the college level. So that was something that I think I struggled with the most, along with not getting like my official last day of high school because I ended on just a normal Thursday and I like didn't expect anything of it, and it was hard to come to terms with. I didn't get to make the memories that you make in those last few weeks of high school. Personally, at Franklin, they did a phenomenal job of giving us a like beautiful commencement, although it wasn't like the perfect ceremony that everyone like dreams of all 4 years, and with their hard work, it was amazing. And there were so many amazing opportunities for pictures, to make memories, to see friends like safely at a distance. And I thought that really made up for it because they put it together so well that it made me personally feel a lot better about missing some of those acknowledgments and things that we were looking forward to that were kind of taken so quickly.
All right, Evan, explain your emotions as you learn to accept that you could not have a traditional prom, commencement, and last days of class at your high school.
Those were definitely things that I think a lot of seniors look for their final year, and for those to just go away, it really sucked. I think the biggest one for me was probably commencements, because I have 3 older siblings, and they all went through Stevenson. I saw them graduate at hockey arena in Plymouth, and I always thought one day that'd be cool for me to be down there and for everybody to be around and see me sit there, walk up on the stage and throw my cap. So that was probably the biggest thing. But Stevenson did a good job with their graduation. Like Brooke said, it was not like the thing that you wanted to do, but it worked out really well, and I was happy that we could do just something, a little something for all the seniors.
So, Ashlyn, explain your emotions as you learn to accept that you could not have a traditional prom, commencement, and last day of class at your high school.
Well, at first I was pretty devastated. I mean, we were like on that Thursday, we were in softball tryout still. We didn't even finish. And then like that Thursday also BPA States got canceled. So everything at once was kind of like, senior year, like everything you kind of looked up to. But I've become like more accepting of it, and my school found a creative way to kind of honor us by driving a bus around like all the seniors' houses and like giving us awards and that kind of thing. So I guess now I'm more accepting, but like at first it was definitely a devastating like time.
All right, for the next question, I'm going to start with Evan. Evan, how has your experience in recent months changed your future plans or your thinking in general?
What's happened recently, I think for me, it's kind of just everything's come pretty fast. And so thinking about going off to school, and you don't know what's going to happen next. You plan to hope to be on campus, and all my plans, I still want to be on campus and do everything normally. But I mean, if I have to adjust and stay at home and do it, I mean, you want to do everything to the best of your abilities. And I mean, yeah, it's just the tough time we're in. You don't really know what to do, but.
So, Brooke, how has this experience in recent months changed your future plans and your thinking in general?
So, like more personally, I like I said, not getting that last track season really made me realize, because I had a lot of goals set for this track season that I was really hoping to achieve. So it made me realize that like when I have a goal, I have to like really set it and really work for it, because like with this going on, like I didn't get the chance to do that. And next year at Michigan, I will be on the rowing team. So it's making me realize that like I want to set these goals and like accomplish these goals as fast as I can, and that there's really no time to just sit and let everything happen. And that really like what these past few months has showed me is that there is no like extra time. There is no time to just sit and watch everything happen. You really have to be like constantly working towards goals and working towards what you want to get accomplished for it to be done.
Very good. And now, Ashley, again, how has this experience in recent months changed your future plans and your thinking in general?
So I think that the main thing for me was that I learned a lot about myself and the situations that I work best in. For me, quarantine really showed me the importance of human connection. I really missed like interactions, my friends, my teachers. I'm on a field hockey team right now, and the rest of my season was canceled. And I learned that I do have a lot of discipline, and I am able to keep moving forward, keep training, things like that. But nothing is the same for me without my teammates, without my friends, without everybody that pushes me forward. And like, I guess for me, just learning that the people in my life are what, like, they make my life what it is. They make it happy, sad, whatever. It's like they're the ones that push me forward and make my life worth living. And I just have realized that they're what I've missed the most. So I think that just going forward, appreciating them more, and knowing that like with whatever job I end up pursuing in the future, knowing that it's in those team environments that I'm going to work best in. So just kind of trying to live the rest of my life surrounded by other people, and using that strength of mine like to the best of my ability.
And Ashlyn, how has this experience in recent months changed your future plans and your thinking in general?
So I do still plan on becoming a nurse. Obviously, the medical field was hit hard. So I am actually grateful for my health and that kind of thing. So yeah.
So, all right, and then our last question, we'll start with Brooke. Brooke, how was this experience for your parents, coping with what your senior year evolved into?
Well, actually, my mom is a high school teacher, and she's also the PE teacher at her high school. So watching her adjust to the online learning was very interesting, because it's not quite easy to get kids interacting, especially in the PE category. And I like watched her kind of struggle with not having that connection with her students, and seeing her get upset about that was like pretty sad for me, because it made me realize that like not only was I going through something, but this was hard for her as well. And also I'm the oldest in my family, so I was like their first graduation and prom to like go through and watch, and they were extremely excited for that for me. And it was not only upsetting for me but for them as well, because they had looked forward to these days just like I had, and they won't get them again until my sister gets older, and she isn't graduating until 2025. So although we seem close, it just won't be the same, because they were expecting 2 of these situations and scenarios, and now they're only going to get 1. So it does make me sad for them that they've put in all the hard work to like help me throughout these years and like push me to be a better person, to get my graduation and my prom and every accomplishment and acknowledgement, and they aren't going to see the successes of it. But they've been extremely supportive throughout the whole thing and helpful in every situation, and making sure that I'm comfortable with everything going on. And they've been extremely helpful, and I'm really grateful for them through all of this.
Thank you for that. We'll go to Ashlyn next. Ashlyn, what was this experience like for your parents?
So my dad's a financial planner and my mom's a teacher. So overall, like this whole experience has been like just full of change. Like obviously the stock market change and like the transition to online learning. But like as a parent, they were kind of like upset that I didn't get the experience that my brother got and like that a younger sister will get. And they are kind of stressed because like they don't know what to do about graduation and everything. So yeah, it's just full of change and stress.
Ashley, how was this experience like for your parents?
It was definitely really hard. Like Brooke said, I'm also the oldest in my family, so this was going to be their first experience with graduation, with prom, and they were really excited for it, as was I. I think it was really hard for them to see how upset I was, but it was really awesome because they took things into their own hands and they threw a little graduation party for me with our family, and they decorated the house, and I think that it was really great for them to get to be so involved in my graduation. I think that that brought them a lot of happiness and closure. And I think they also, it became a lot easier for them that the district was so adamant about asking for parent and student opinions. I think that it was really great that they were able to give their thoughts about what should we do for prom, what should we do for graduation. That the survey that LPS sent out was really helpful and definitely made my parents feel like their opinions mattered. And I know a lot of districts didn't do that, so just want to reiterate, I mean, my thanks and their thanks that they were able to do that, because I think that the final result was really great considering the circumstances. And I do feel like the way that the district and my parents and everyone handled this was really helpful and really made me and all the seniors, I think, feel appreciated.
Ashley, it's a good segue to Evan because Evan's mom's on Livonia Public School Board. So Evan can report directly to his mom on this one. But Evan, what was this like for your mom and dad and your family, the experience for you guys?
It was definitely it was a different experience, especially for my mom. And working with LPS, she's always trying to stay on top of things and make sure everything goes well. And I think with just the big change, she had to adjust, and some of her coworkers had to. And I think it was hard on her because she wanted us, all the students in LPS, to make sure they get a lot of these moments that have been taken away. So I think that was really hard. And I think just with my dad, working from home is just different because he's usually gone 5 days a week, 6 days a week. So I think just trying to adjust and figure out what to do. But at the end of the day, my parents were very supportive. They knew what was going on, and they threw a little graduation thing for me and some of my neighbors down on our street. And so I think that was just a really nice thing to do. And they understood the situation, and they just tried to make the most of it.
I want to thank all four of you for taking time to talk to me today. You guys are all wiser than your years, than you realize. And I think a lot of people are going to learn from your insights, your observations right here. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to share that with us. Congratulations to each of you, each of your classmates, your respective schools, and we wish you all the best in the future going forward. Again, thanks for the time and all the best this summer. And hopefully you're able to go to your respective campuses in the fall. So I'm sure you're looking forward to that as well. So, but we appreciate everyone for watching this episode of CityScape, and we'll see everybody next time.